Hey, it's Ben here from the Strength Factory, and it's a lovely hot summer's day at my local trails. And today I'm going to be giving you some top tips for riding when the temperature starts to climb. These tips are going to be split into two parts. First of all, your pre-ride prep, and then things you can do when you're actually out on the trails. So first of all then, what you're wearing, the kit you choose if you're lucky enough to have some choice. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is that I don't let temperature determine how much protection I'm going to wear. I always wear full knee pads. If I'm riding bike park or gnarly stuff, I'm still going to wear a back protector and a full face no matter what the temperature. For me, it's not worth the risk. Having said that, we can make some good choices. So I'm lucky to have a few sets of knee pads because I test product, and these 7IDP ones have got a real nice thin like mesh sides that you can really feel the air getting through when you start to pick up pace. Similarly, these shorts here from Specialized, if you can see, have got a mesh panel here and they let the air through, and hopefully I'm not going to scare anyone. I've also got like mesh liner short as well that lets a lot of air flow and keeps me cool where it's important to stay cool. Similarly, this Endura jersey, this material is so light, and it just lets you breathe basically, and rather than a heavy one that kind of sits on you close to your body. Obviously avoid things like cotton t-shirts, okay, unless you're a bike park bro sending laps, in which case do what you want. Another thing to consider is long sleeves and the color of your jersey. Check it out. So long sleeves, okay, actually when the sun's really hot, keeping the sun off your skin is really helpful for managing your body temperature, not just getting cooked basically, and especially for those of you with fair hair, helps stop you getting burnt. And this jersey is basically useless for most of the year. It's race face, and it's got white sleeves, which is crazy living in the UK, except for days like today where it's hot, it's sunny, it's dry, and I literally have never worn a cooler jersey because that white is just reflecting the sun, reflecting the heat, it's protecting me, and it's really lightweight material with like mesh armpits and all that good stuff. The next bit of prep you need to do is get yourself hydrated before you start riding. And you know what? That can actually start the day before. If you've been riding the day before, or training, or just working in like an air-conditioned office even, and you're going to bed dehydrated, then you're already behind the curve for today's ride in the sun. So make sure you're going to bed hydrated if you're going to be doing a big day out in the heat the next day. Then what we can do obviously is hydrate before the ride, and then make sure that we're carrying enough on the ride. This is actually an insulated bottle that I added some ice cubes to before the ride, and yeah, an hour in, it's not going to be ice cold, but it's going to be colder than a normal bottle. Just be aware that these, because it's insulated, you lose a bit of that volume, so you're actually carrying a little less water for the size of the bottle, and you may be better off with warmer water but having more of it to get you through the whole ride. On the subject of hydration, we all know we've got like these hydration tabs. Add it to a bottle, it gives you the salts, the electrolytes to help hydrate your body and keep you going on a hot day. If you're a big sweater, and if you're a salty sweater, maybe you get like white marks on your shorts and jersey whenever you ride, then these are super important, okay, to make sure that you're staying properly hydrated. Drinking gallons of just plain water isn't going to cut the mustard on a really hot day. Before we go on, I just want to say a quick thank you, a massive high five to every single one of you, because this week I ticked over 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, but that's only the tip of the iceberg, and there's loads more coming. And according to YouTube, less than half the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if that's you, then get on the case, hit that button now. If you're going to wear sun cream on a ride, then here's the top tip for you. Don't put it above your eyebrows on your forehead, okay? Your peak in your helmet is going to keep that in the shade, and if you do put it above your eyebrows, all that's going to happen is that when you sweat, you're going to get sun cream in your eyes, okay? So sun cream here, below the eyebrows basically, and you should be all good. The only exception here is if you're bald, I'm afraid, where you probably do need it on your head. Sorry guys. Anybody who's been following me and my programs and channel for a while knows that I'm a big believer in nasal breathing and its benefits for health and performance. And it's something I encourage as much as possible while you're out riding. And on a hot day, it has an added benefit. When I'm breathing through my mouth, especially on that exhale, I'm going to lose loads of moisture from my mouth and throat and basically from my body, and it's going to speed up the process of dehydrating me compared to breathing in and out through my nose. It's going to help, it's going to stop you getting that dry mouth, which is going to make you drink more, and it's going to help maintain your levels of hydration, especially as the temperature really starts to push up. If you're like me and you just can't help yourself and go full enduro wearing your goggles with an open face helmet, then here's a top tip for you. When you're not wearing them for the descents, it's really tempting to put them here on the back of the helmet or under the peak at the front. But what both of those do is they block the vents, and you're paying loads of money for helmets with a lot of vents only to block them up with an expensive set of goggles, and you're just not going to stay as cool when you're rolling down the trail or doing a climb. So get them on your arm or put them on your bars or stash them in your pack, and your head's going to stay cooler. This is a nice simple one. When you stop from mechanical to fiddle with your bike, to have a snack, or just to take a break, don't stop in the sun, get in the shade. This one's a simple one. Start drinking before you're thirsty. On that first climb, start getting some swigs of water on board, and that way we're always on top of the hydration and we don't get to that point where you're absolutely parched and then down your bottle in one. Yes, you're going to need to think about how much water you've got for the length of your ride, but you still need to just start getting a few sips in early on in the ride so that you maintain your levels of hydration. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. A lot of it's common sense, but hopefully there's a few nuggets of gold in there to make your summer riding a bit more comfortable and a bit more enjoyable. If you haven't already, then like, subscribe, share the love, and I'll be back soon with more factory knowledge to help you get more out of your riding.